Well. Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Quality, and I am back with another episode of Caller Malice. Before we get started, our daily quote is going to be, move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you're willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. From Brian Tracy. I feel like I have a lot of quotes from him. I don't know who he is, but his quotes make sense. But yes, I have finally started doing this after years of my life just making excuses for myself, being like, oh, I don't know how to do that. It makes me uncomfortable not knowing how to do the things that I don't know how to do, so I'm just never gonna go out of my way to learn them because it makes me feel awkward to learn how to do things that I don't know how to do because I'm always like, oh, people are just gonna judge me instantly. It's that same feeling when you go to where you're not even fat, but you're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym because everyone at the gym is gonna judge me for being X, Y, and Z. And honestly, people at the gym aren't even going to pay attention to you because they're either worrying about the same thing or they're thinking about what they're doing. It's the same thing. If you're going to learn something new and it makes you feel awkward and uncomfortable, that's fine. Someone else started at the same spot. You know what? Whoever's teaching you is going to be like, oh my gosh, you're doing so amazing because you have the courage to go do something that makes you feel awkward and uncomfortable. You're doing so well. You're your own worst enemy when it comes to stuff like this. So get out there and do whatever makes you feel awkward and uncomfortable. It'll probably change your life for the better. Anyway, the episode. Somebody help me.
お前
Ichika be dying. Oh, do they have an antidote?
おいしっかりしろ
There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a big old light coming from the sky, bro. Somebody found me. Perhaps I would be saved. While clinging on to the shred of hope, I looked at the man in front of me. Oh, it's not from Ichika's perspective. It's still a big old light in the sky. She sees a light at the end of the tunnel. Who are you?
無理に喋るな俺はお前を探していたんだ
Me?
お前の状況は把握してる心細かっただろうがもう大丈夫だ大丈夫だ絶対に助ける
Once I heard those words, my crippling terror began to subside a bit. However, some doubt stubbornly remains. Why were they looking for me? And they know what's happened to me. How did they know? How did they know I was here? After having that realization, my would-be survivors suddenly seemed much more frightening.
俺が怖いか
He must have seen a change in my expression. The man looked at me and then...
これじゃまるであの時と同じだ
He seemed kind of sad as he murmured that, so I couldn't take my eyes off him. Why is he making that face?
でも今度こそ俺は
I couldn't catch the end of his whisper. This voice. For an instant, something clicked in my mind. Ah, I remember. I'd seen those sorrowful eyes somewhere. A voice that filled me with deep calm. This should have been our first meeting, but I felt like those qualities were familiar. Who are you? Just as I opened my mouth to voice that question,
柳先輩
その女か
ああこの首輪といい間違いない榎本予告状はお前が持ってたな
Ah.
はいここに
The man lifting me in his arms took what appeared to be a letter from a man who was wearing an eye patch.
これは 俺たち宛てに届いた予告状だ。
He unfolded the sheet so that I was able to see it. As part of the X-Day countdown, a woman will be poisoned to death on the 6th of December at 12 a.m. There is only one way to save her. You must enter the unlock code given below into the collar the woman is wearing. Furthermore, if the police are notified, we will immediately kill the woman. Even if you save the woman, you are not to speak of the collar. We will be monitoring your actions through the collar. Should you violate any of these terms, you will be placing her life in jeopardy. Heed this warning well. X-Day countdown? Why me?
狙われるだけの理由がお前にあるってことじゃねえの。
Excuse me, I'm an upstanding citizen.
バカは黙ってろ。時間がない。
Me or the redhead?
笹塚の言う通りだ。事情を聞くのは解読してからでいい。
でも罠かもしれない。
榎本、二度は言わない。命がかかってるんだぞ。
Honestly, I don't know if I can trust these people. But at this rate, I don't want to die without even trying. I made up my mind and prepared to speak. If there's a way to stop it, please help me.
ああ、解除コードはここに入力するらしいな。
The man touched somewhere on the collar while supporting my body weight. Are you getting more poisoned? Though I was ready. I thought I was ready, but I was still scared. Not knowing what was about to happen, I squeezed my eyes shut.
少しだけ我慢してくれ。大丈夫だから。
I was standing on the border between life and death. I had no idea whether or not I'd draw another breath. What a strange situation. I want to trust this man. The moment that thought formed in my head. I let out a gasp as the collar lanced me.
まさか
Wouldn't
解
it
除失
make
敗
more
か。
sense to prick her? Lanced is such a weird word.
柳さん、どうなんだ？
She may be dying. When I heard their anxious voices, I worried that the darkness would claim me. But soon, I felt something change. Huh? I can move! When I slowly opened my eyes, the man holding me exhaled a sigh of relief.
どうやら解除は成功したようだな。
I live! I can feel my body again!
なんだよ、紛らわしい。
Well, excuse me for being so scared I don't know if I'm dying or not. Sorry. When I felt the pain in my neck, I thought I was done for. But it seems like I made it. Breathing had finally become easier, so I patted my chest in relief.
顔色もさっきよりマシだよな。柳先輩、やっぱ最初から解毒剤が首輪に仕込まれてたってことですよね。
おそらくな。
A truck passing by my house. Can you be a little more quiet? Yanagi, was it? Thank you for saving my life. I was still woozy. Now there's a helicopter. But I managed to stand up and bow to him.
いや、俺だけの手柄じゃない。この二人もお前を探すために走り回ってたしな。
I turned to look at the other two as Yanagi mentioned them. Thank you.
そんなことはどうでもいい。それより、犯人がなんでお前を選んだか、俺はそれが知りたいんだよ。
Excuse me, how would I know? I almost just died. I'm sorry. I'd like to give you an answer, but I honestly have no idea.
それで納得できるわけないだろう。お前は殺されかけたんだぞ。
Well, I don't know what I don't know, okay?
殺されるだけの理由があるんだよ。そう考えるのが普通だろ。
What? Why is he being so hostile towards me? I can't just accept that you guys showed up out of the blue either. It's not like I automatically trusted you now. I'm grateful that you rescued me, but how exactly did you get that notice about my situation in the first place?
今はこっちの質問にだけ答えろ。お前と犯人の関係性がわからない限り、ほいほい情報を与えられないからな。
Well, excuse you two can play at this game.
おいタケル、言いたいことはわかるけど落ち着けって。って柳先輩、何してるんですか？
そこに銃が落ちてた。犯人のものか、あるいは。
That's mine.
そうか。この町で銃を持っていること自体は不思議じゃないが、この銃は警察が使用しているものだな。
It is? How did you know that?
俺が元警察官だからだ。
Surprise, surprise! Huh? Yanagi let out a little chuckle when he saw my jaw drop.
信じられないなら調べてもらって構わない。俺は警視庁捜査一課にいた柳愛知だ。
Section 1 is like the top of the police department in this world, so he was like top of the top, the tippy top of the pyramid. Investigation Section 1 at HQ? That would be very easy. That would be very easy to verify, so it was unlikely that he was lying.
まあ、銃と一緒に警察手帳も落ちていたからな。これを見れば誰でもお前が警察官だとわかるだろう。
I just realized his jacket says police. Isn't that police property? If he's not part of the police anymore, he's not allowed to wear it? While Yanagi talked, he opened my police notebook.
星野Ichika。
Excuse me?
ああ、悪い。
I took my gun and notebook back from Yanagi. I was going to ask about them once again, but my phone began to vibrate. Pardon me. That's right. Mochida was
誰からだ？
my superior. I was attacked while we were supposed to meet up in response to a call.
ならここに長居しない方がいい。話の続きは場所を変えて仕切り直そう。
そうっすね。ここじゃ落ち着いて話聞けなさそうだし。
こいつを野放しにするのか？
そりゃ姿くらまされたら問題だけど、ここで捕まえて無理やり連れてってもこいつの周囲に怪しまれるだろ。
笹塚の懸念もわからなくはない。だが俺は彼女が怯えていたのが演技だとは思えなかった。彼女が何も知らない被害者なら真実を知りたいのは俺たちだけじゃない。
I nodded earnestly as he turned to me. I want to know what's happening here too. I hate being kept in the dark like this.
笹塚、彼女は警察官だ。逃げはしない。
これまでの X レイ事件の被害者は漏れなく殺されてる。そんな中、こいつは助かる術を与えられた唯一の被害者だ。警察以前に疑うのは当然だろう。
でも柳先輩は疑ってないんすよね。
ああ、今のところは疑う根拠がない。
信じる根拠もない。
It's true.
じゃあ今のところは話してもいいんじゃないの？こいつがこのまま行方知らずになれば捜索がかかるし、そっちのが厄介じゃん。だったら
You guys are debating. My phone is still ringing.
わかった。もし逃げても居場所を突き止めて 洗いざらい吐かせりゃいい話だしな。
Like I said, I'm not running.
星野、後で改めて迎えをよこす。ひとまず新宿署で待機してくれるか。署にいた方がまだ気も休まるだろう。
Yeah. Hearing the tinge of concern in Yanagi's voice made me feel a little better. Though the man they call, I hate his name, Sasasuga, remained thoroughly suspicious of me. Throughout my time playing, when I played on my own, I never called him by his last name, always by first name because I could just not pronounce his last name. I didn't feel any of that from Yanagi. The last one was Enomoto, right? I'm not sensing much from him. I became aware of someone observing me. What now? He's watching me.
予告状に首輪の存在は明るみにするなってあったけど、お前そんな賢そうに見えないし、口滑らせて勝手に自爆しそうだな。
Excuse you, mister. What?
さあさすか、そのくらいにしておけ。解毒はできたが、彼女の首輪が外れたわけじゃない。少しは気遣ってやれ。
ま、予告状にも首輪を通して監視してる的なこと書かれてたしな。
星野。
As I turned to respond, Yanagi took my muffler and proceeded to cover the collar by wrapping the muffler around my neck.
今はまだ犯人の目的がわからない。署内でも首輪は隠した方がいい。
Understood.
じゃあ、俺たちは先に行く。犯人が近辺に潜んでいる可能性もあるからな。お前も。
Oh, whoops. After I watched the three of them leave, I looked at my phone. Mochida's been calling me repeatedly. Checking the time, I saw that 2 hours had passed.
星野、
Mochida.
お前今までどこにいたんだ。連絡も取れないし、事件か何かに巻き込まれたかと思ったんだぞ。
I'm sorry I made you worry.
お前は真面目なやつだし、安易に連絡を怠るようなことはしない。何かあったんじゃないのか。
I'm pretty sure this is related to X Day, so I should probably report what happened. But I don't know what will happen if I talk. Racked with indecision, I decide to... Oh, there you go. Don't report it because I don't want to die. Is it supposed to be I still haven't learned anything? Or we
このことは
haven't
警察
learned
に口
anything?
外しないでください。こちらもむやみに手をかけたくはないので。あなたも身近な人間や大切な人を失うのは悲しいでしょう。
They might still be listening, so I shouldn't speak carelessly. They said they'd be observing through the collar. Actually, on the way to Shinjuku Garden, I came across a male student using a dog for target practice.
最近そういったやつも減ってきたと思っていたが、完全になくなりはしないな。
When the weapons ban was lifted, all the young people wanted to try out their weapons, in spite of the coded tracking system. Mochida knew about this happening, so it seemed like he believed me.
それで、その男子学生はどうしたんだ？話して分かっ
I keep pressing too fast! It seemed like he had some pent-up stress related to his home life. I got his parents involved and talked it out. It seemed like he understood he was wrong. Just to be safe, I think I should swing by and check on them for a few days.
それがいい。冷静になってから後悔するやつも多いからな。
Yeah.
発砲さえしてなければまだ引き返せる。 道を踏み外そうとしてる若者をお前は救ったんだ。よくやったな。
That's not right at all. You were trying to reach me for a long time, Mochida. I apologize for making you worry. Really, there's no excuse for it. Stifling my deep guilt, I bowed my head.
まあ、お前に何もなかったならいいんだ。俺も到着がだいぶ遅れたしな。
Really?
ああ、なんでかパトカーの鍵が見つからなくてな。
Mochida. I was honestly a little shocked to realize how easy it was to imagine this scenario.
違うぞ。俺の管理に問題はなかった。
Calls into question now, doesn't it? Aha. Mochida was kinda clumsy, so it wasn't that unusual for him to lose things. While I was caught up in this mess, he was trying to find his keys. The thought just made me exhausted.
これでも大急ぎで来たんだぞ。けどな、俺が着いた時には周囲に不審人物はいなかった。
As someone who wants to get into translation work, as much as I hauled ass sounds funny and like colloquial to us, I don't think someone like Mochida would say something like that, though it gets the point across, but I feel like it doesn't fit in character with Mochida, but I'm not the translator here, so.
ひょっとしたら揉めてるって通報もいたずら電話だったのかもしれないな。
That's true.
が、念には念を入れて、ここら一帯をパトロールしてから帰ろう。お前が見つけたみたいに飛行に走ろうとしてる若者がいるかもしれないしな。
Let me save because it's been quite a while. Even though I didn't really do anything, I should have. Yes, sir. After that, we drove around for a while in Mochida's patrol car. We didn't see any fleeing youths around, nor did we discover anyone or anything that seemed to be related to X-Day. Back at the station, I went to file a report. I picked up a pen and tried putting it to paper, but my hand wouldn't move. Working in the SRCPO, listening to citizens, writing reports, that was my daily life. But the X-Day cases, even in this office, I've never had direct contact with them. We've only provided info to investigations. Still, I raised my hand to feel my neck. It really happened. Nothing felt wrong with my body anymore, but the collar put the fear of death into me. According to those criminals, they're monitoring me right now. A small misstep could cost me my life. That thought made my hand tremble. I can't think that way. They could suspect that something's happened. I need to act normal. I just have to do what I always do. Just as I psyched myself up, I suddenly remembered that voice.
大丈夫だ。絶対に助ける。
That translation says we got you, but he actually said we'll definitely save you. It'll be alright, he said. His strong voice repeated in my head. Right, he's Aichi Yanagi, a former cop. I should verify his story. I turned on the monitor to my PC and clicked the icon to access the database restricted to police personnel. Detailed information will be classified, but I can find out where he was assigned. I selected the search field and typed in Yanagi Aichi and...
Oh, Shina.
I turned around in a panic. Saiki was standing right there. Saiki! I quickly moved my mouse and frantically closed the search page. You're still at work?
なんだよ、いたらいけないのか？さっき通報があってさ、俺はそっちに駆り出されてたんだよ。
Ah, that's right. I remember that Mochida mentioned that.
おかげで新しく報告書を書かなきゃでさ、こんな時間まで残業してたってわけ。
Really long day, huh?
っていうか、お前こそまだいたんだな。もうとっくに上がったと思ってたけど。
I got caught up in something too, but it wasn't anything of import. I need to write a report on what happened, so I came back to the station.
お互い災難だな。なんか今日はやたらと通報あったし。と、邪魔して悪い。お前の姿が見えたからつい声かけちゃってさ。
You aren't bothering me at all. You actually cheered me up a bit. Mochida, Saiki, they're the same constant, reliable people that they've always been. Now that I'm in this crazy situation, I'm especially glad that these two are always there for me.
なんだよ、嬉しいこと言ってくれるじゃん。でもさ、お前は女だし、残業が辛かったら持田さんに直訴した方がいいぞ。
No, I don't think I need to.
言ってみるだけただだろ。持田さん、ああ見えて頼りになるしさ。それに、お前かなり疲れてるみたいだし。
Huh?
同期の目をごまかせると思うなよ。さては、夕飯食ってないな。
I had a light meal.
じゃあ足りなかったんだ。激務をこなすためには体が資本だぞ。食えるときにちゃんと食っておかないと。
Well, we'll see what he treats her out to, if he's going to treat her out. Why bring up dinner if he's not going to treat her out? But we'll see what happens in the next episode. So thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.